good government is hard enough to accomplish and public confidence hard enough to earn. The committed, dedicated men and women who understand that public service is a privilege should not have to overcome the taint caused by those who are greedy or unprincipled. And the public has every right to accept better.
And while he could be speaking about more than just the city of Trenton, he was speaking, in fact, about the man on your screen here. Federal agents arrested the mayor of New Jersey's capital city this morning as part of an ongoing corruption investigation. Trenton Mayor Tony Mack, his brother, and a convicted sex offender accused of conspiring to obstruct, delay, and affect interstate commerce by extortion. Federal prosecutors allege that Mack agreed to use his influence in connection with a proposed parking garage project. Federal agents reportedly began investigating Mack back in September of 2010. But corruption, not exclusive, as we know, to New Jersey. Now, in New York State Capitol, just as it was looking like things were getting cleaned up here, we see yet again another ugly scene overshadowing Albany. Sex scandal centered around Brooklyn Assemblyman Vito Lopez. It is growing, as is calls for his resignation. A special prosecutor already investigating the sexual harassment claims against the Assemblyman, and a settlement approved by Assembly Speaker Shelley Silver. Settlement used $103,000 of public money to end the first set of accusations against Lopez. The state's Joint Commission on Public Ethics met today, although they won't confirm that the scandal will be discussed. And now another female Assembly staffer has come out saying that the allegations against Vito Lopez are just the tip of the iceberg. Monica Arias Miranda, who once worked for the Assembly Ways and Means Committee and is now running for the state Senate, said that she saw and was subjected to continuous verbal abuse by her former male bosses at the Assembly. She says her formal complaint against an administrator was ignored, and she's called for an investigation into Silver. It's a risky move for a Democrat, saying, quote, "Why are elected officials calling for Mr. Lopez's resignation, yet are not willing to say the same about the Speaker, who is the one responsible for using $100,000 of tax dollar money to hush the sexual harassment allegations?" All right. The subject certainly came up, guys, when I was in Charlotte and the New York delegation was there. There seemed to be unanimity. They want Vito Lopez gone. But they are steadfast in their support of Shelley Silver, obviously the Speaker of the Assembly. Richard, as a longtime member there and a defender of Albany, you like that? Tell me, why should Shelley Silver get a pass on this thing? He admitted he made a mistake, but it seems like he only admitted it after it came out that he used the money.
This is serious stuff. When there are allegations against innocent young people of this kind of behavior, they got to be taken seriously, dealt with seriously. The first set of allegations against Vito Lopez, which is where the settlement occurred, were the subject of negotiations we don't know the content of. There is no allegation that Shelley Silver engaged in improper conduct with any human beings.
No one's
this
suggesting
has
that.
to do with whether or not the matter should be made public. It's a perfectly legitimate question. What people are running to is
one more thing, and then I'll let you answer, is yes, the question of whether there should be transparency, but also Shelley Silver never asked or demanded Vito Lopez's resignation until recently, until after the story became public. It seems that he is shifting outrage on this only after the story came on the front page of the Times.
Here's the problem, and let's be sure we understand. The settlement was for an allegation of hostile work environment. That has, and Vito Lopez denies it. At that point, there was no allegation of sexual assault. The second incident, which occurred after the settlement, which was where the assault was involved, and that led to his being removed from his chairmanship and for calls for his resignation.
Okay, now Dominic, though, you heard a lot of folks saying that Mr. Silver...
He's going to call me all types of names now.
But a lot of people
because
say
I have to tell the truth.
That Shelley Silver's getting a pass on.
This was all, listen, this was all pushed under the rug. I'm not saying that Speaker Silver did anything wrong.
You don't know that, and you're guessing.
No, I'm not guessing. I'm not guessing anything. You're protecting people that you know.
I am not protecting anyone. When the facts come out and it was clear.
Well, what does it say? I have a simple question for you. What does it say? There was the first set of allegations against Mr. Lopez, right? They're quietly settled.
Right.
Then there's a fresh set. What does that say? And why would you do it quietly with taxpayer money and not want it on the record?
Who says that it was up to that the Assembly decided they didn't want it on the record, and not the victims?
You're telling me that Shelley Silver, one of the most powerful people in the state, one of the most entrenched, one of the most, yes, that it was up, that it wasn't, that he never say.
Silver was not politically or personally inclined to protect Vito Lopez for reasons that have to do with the relationship between them. But put that aside.
You know why?
He's the smartest guy I know in your politics.
You know what the allegations are, Richard.
Yes.
You know what the allegations
I am in the
are.
untenable position of defending an institution
which
people like you, which you people,
here's my point.
you people.
What are you putting it in for?
Here's my point. Shelley Silver, no kidding, he's fought back coups. He's the shrewdest guy I know in New York politics. Why would he get his hands involved in this?
It is possible he made a terrible mistake.
Well, he said he has.
It's equal. No, a worse mistake than he's admitted to. And it's possible that he was asked to do so by the victim. We just don't know. You people are running to conclusions.
What we do know is $100,000 were spent.
The Assembly
to
was
quiet.
a defendant.
Richard, can I ask you one question? Can I ask you one question? Okay, well, I just want to say this one thing, and then I'm going to shut up. So, if you're a prosecutor looking at this, and the speaker makes the payment quietly, and Mr.
He didn't make it quietly.
Okay, well, the public doesn't know about it. The public doesn't know about it.
Attorney General. He conferred with the controller.
Okay, but wait. If you're a prosecutor looking at this, what's the first thing you're going to say about the situation?
It certainly, at least on the surface, looks a bit underhanded. That there
and it looks like you're going to say to yourself, what does Mr. Lopez know? That's the first thing you're going to say.
Everybody off camera.
That's the first thing you're going to say.
Is the shock wasn't that Vito Lopez might have been a reprobate here, okay, and innocent until proven guilty. We'll let the courts handle that. But the shock was that Shelley Silver would get involved over a Vito Lopez, and then all the circumspection was, well, maybe Vito's got something, or maybe why would Shelley get involved over this? Okay. So my point is, why exposure over that guy?
On an inference, on a guess, on a theory, on a hint, on a rumor.
So in a million years, Brodsky would have wrote this check.
If the Assembly was being sued for one point, because he was only accused of being a crude jerk and not of assault. That's the answer.
There is no company. If this was a company, there is no company where a CEO would say, "Let's put this up to bed, and here's $100K." That just wouldn't happen. There would be an HR complaint that would go through a whole.
It went through that process.
I want to see the data then.
The Attorney General was checking.
Show us the data.
The controller was. It's there. Look. Here's the awful part for me. I'd like a little sympathy here.
I'm going to have to regular one.
The fact that
he wants sympathy.
People, that real human beings were mistreated is awful and unacceptable. The first case where it was crudeness, jokes, and inappropriate work environment is what led to this. The second one is what's cost Vito everything but his elected post, which you can't legally remove him from.
Did you read what the allegations were? What he allegedly did to these young ladies?
The first time or the second time?
The second time.
Yes, it's awful.
Where he allegedly put his hands at?
Yeah, it was terrible.
And that's a good place for me to go to a break here. When we do come from a break here, a tough question. If you saw 60 Minutes, you probably know where I'm going on this. Former Navy SEAL who helped take down Osama bin Laden, literally pulled the trigger over the man who caused so much pain, as we were just discussing earlier. Should he be sued for the book? Well, we're going to be talking about that right after this.